Hi, I'm reading a really great book now. It's from, I think, the 1990s, and it's called the Tightwad Gazette, and it's by Amy Decision. And it's such a fun book because I'm a Yankee. I'm a Maine Yankee, and I grew up in that same mode of austerity and making do without or making it yourself. My grandmother came from French Canada, and she was a very austere woman. She roasted acorns, and that was her delicacy. Now, we grandchildren, we were really concerned for her. We thought she was going to rot her liver, rot her kidney. We thought for sure she was going to be dead. And she lived to be the ripe old age of 90. She was so austere, and my father, he inherited a lot of those aspects. He became a very handy person, and he loved hobbies. He loved to create things from scratch wherever he could. So I have a lot of memories about his hobbies, and one I remember was that he made a swimming pool for us. Now, all the children in our neighborhood were putting in big 6-foot-tall above-ground pools or in-ground pools with the beautiful robin's egg vinyl liners and the rippling water shining, shimmering over it. No, we had a pool that was made of black tar paper left over from roofing the roof, and the size of a sandbox, so about 2.5 feet tall and about 6 foot wide by 6 foot high. And into this pool, which contained a plug, rather poorly fitted wooden plug in the middle of it, would us 5 children descend and try to enjoy a swimming session in a pool with this plug that was leaking like a sieve. And so we were just floating around in this pool, crowded in like crazy, like sardines in a can, and our fannies being abraded by this horrible tar paper, which felt like sandpaper. But it was a fun memory of something that we did as siblings from something that my father created. My father died about 5 years ago, and one of the things that I took from the family basement was a set of sculptures that he had created. And wouldn't you know it, one of those sculptures is of a squirrel holding an acorn. In truth, my father was an amateur, and actually it looks a little bit like a quarterback holding a football, but I knew that it was a squirrel holding an acorn. So let's fast forward to my life since then. I've become a believer in trying to create things on your own when you can. And I had an opportunity to do this because my sheepskin slippers that I had bought from LL Bean disintegrated on me after many years. And I decided, you know, what would my father have done? Would he have gotten on Amazon.com and bought another pair with the one-click option? No, oh no, oh no. He would have tried to make his own. So I thought, what would my father have done? How would he have made his own? He would have made it from whatever was around the house. Okay, what do I have around the house? Okay, I have black plastic trash bags. So I thought, I've heard of plarn, and I can make yarn out of these plastic trash bags. So here's my trash bag. Here it is. It's got the seams on the side, the seam down the bottom. So I fold it up just like you fold up a fan when you're making it when you're in elementary school and you're going to give it to your mom or dad. And then I snipped this folded up fan into 1-inch strips. So each strip becomes basically a loop. A loop. And then if you fasten one loop to another, and to another, to another, to another, you have fiber. You have a whole yard of plarn. To that, I put some mohair to add some warmth. I had a failed knitting project, which I needed to repurpose because it was just going to be going in the trash otherwise. So I unraveled it, and I made the tops of my plarn slippers with this combination by knitting. For the soles, I used a size 8 pair of pigskin pants, which I have since way outgrown. I'm now a size 12. And they make wonderful soles because pigskin is really tough. For the liner of this, I used an old beat-up sweater, and I lined it with the beat-up sweater, and in between the pigskin and the sweater, I put a layer of bubble wrap. Why throw it out, right? Well, the bubbles popped, but still, this is a wonderful pair of warm, luxurious slippers that I created for nothing. In this day and age, there is so much bland acquisition. When you think about the gift cards that you buy to give somebody as a gift, when you think of the office parties, which are basically, this is my word, institutional well-wishing. I'm not a believer in them. I believe that if you're going to give something, you give it from the heart. If you're going to give a gift to anybody, or even yourself, it has to have an origin. It has to come from somewhere. And I look at the whole aspect of do-it-yourself, and I feel this huge connection with my ancestors, with my father, who loved to do things himself, and with my grandmother, who influenced my father by being so austere that acorns were her luxury. I feel in a sense like I'm an American Indian, that I'm bonding with prior generations by absorbing their crafts, by feeling what it was that was important to them and feeling it passing to me, to my generation. And I so honor that. I so honor the idea that you can still be creative in this day and age, although there's so many things that fight against that you can still do it. You can be creative. You can do it yourself. You can save money. That's a byproduct. And you can inspire other people to feel the same sentiment you feel when you're doing